Tonight, I'll share with you the principle that helps beget success. There will be no floating text, no floating images, nothing of that sort. Just me for the next 10 to 15 minutes giving pure value. In fact, this is a genuine opportunity to see how damaged your attention span is. When you say principle, majority of people want to shut down. They want you to give them an outlet. Buy Bitcoin, buy this new hot stock, do XYZ, and you become a millionaire overnight. You and I, in fact, you can tell from experience, it doesn't work. If you bring 500 billionaires into this room, how did you get rich? How did you get rich? They'll give you 500 different ways to achieve wealth. By that logic, it's not necessarily the outlet that produces wealth, it's the mindset. Because every business you are failing at, someone else is profiting from it. So the problem is not the business, the problem is the mindset behind that business. Your mindset is very important. These signs shall follow them that believe. These signs shall follow them that believe failure. If you believe in failure, failure is exactly what you're going to attract. It's not necessarily limited to the law of manifestation or to the law of attraction. But as a man thinketh, so he is. Like attracts like. So if you truly believe in something, that's exactly what you're going to attract to yourself. And in fact, this is way beyond the scope of the discourse, but we'll interject it. Your mindset is very important as touching your destiny and your success. The first principle I'll share today is discipline. Discipline is very important as touching success. I define discipline as taking action without supervision. Look at any great life. Take the story of David, for instance. He was there looking after the sheep. He fought a lion. He fought a bear for the sheep's safety. As a consequence, he became king. Look at the story of Joseph. Discipline, that nothing Potiphar left in his hand was at risk. Every single thing prospered. Discipline, discipline. And this is a principle, or this is a knowledge I tapped into unconsciously. I've told the story here countless times. I learned the stock market sitting on the course hard tiles while my friends were laughing at me, engaging in all kind of debilitating activities, mockery, the ridicule. Oh, he thinks XYZ. He thinks he's better than us. Oh, you're not going to party today. Smart one. Well, have fun sitting on the floor and studying about the economy. And after 1 year of brutal mockery, please understand this. When you say 1 year, is equivalent to being told with a minute accuracy. But 1 year is 365 days. That's day after day, enduring ridicule, mockery, every single thing associated with that activity, the sacrifices, the consecration, the ignoring of parties, the ignoring of women, and every single thing you did in order to achieve that success. Guess what happened the following year? The following year, the knowledge became profitable. I was able to trade a couple of thousands in my first year. Then something unique happened. One of them sent me a text. Ah, bro, I want to try something new and I understand you have a lot of knowledge in the stock market. Please help me. So those guys who were mocking you, those guys who were ridiculing, those guys who said you would never amount to nothing are now asking for the knowledge. You've so paid the price to learn. That's how life works. In fact, any great person you meet have understood the principle of self-humiliation. Is the problem with thousands of youths Every single person, nobody wants to fail in public. Nobody wants to be embarrassed in public. But unfortunately, any great destiny, anybody who you admire today has failed publicly. We as humans, not we as humans, you as humans care more about people's opinions than the failure itself. I'll say that again. You care more about people's opinions than the failure itself. You're playing a game and you fail. You try again. It's common sense. In fact, majority would fail deliberately in order to get insight of the full terrain. So once you're done failing, they have an eagle's eye of what to do next. All right, I failed here. I deliberately let the boss slice me twice. Okay, this is a weak point. Why don't I go through this route and appear from behind? Use all my forces or concentrate my forces on this weak leg. You understand that in the game. Why is that the case? Because you don't care of people's opinions do not matter at that time. You don't care what anybody says or how anybody feels, yet extrapolated into your own life. It becomes the opposite. You care when you fail, you cry your eyes out. In fact, when you fail in a video game, you try again. It's common sense. By that logic, it is evident that it's not the circumstances that hurt us, but the meaning we ascribe to those circumstances. Life is just perception. That's all it is. You and I can look at a flag. One might feel more patriotic, the other disgusted. So everything is perception, the same object of focus, yet different perception. I'll give you this analogy. Two guys walk into the gym for the first time. An amateur, a professional. The following day, the amateur wakes up with sores. He's surfing the internet, taking painkillers, crying his eyes out because his body is swollen. Unconsciously or unknown to him, that's the natural process of the exercise. Conversely, the professional gets up in the morning excited with the consciousness that those muscles that has been torn down would build to become bigger and better. So the same circumstances, different interpretation, as a consequence, different next move, different reaction. One is crying his eyes out, the other is excited to go to the gym. Now, what are the chances the amateur would finish his workout program? Exactly. So your life depends on perception. Your life depends on how you see things. How you see things matters a lot. Discipline. Discipline. In fact, the recording of this video proves exactly every single thing I've stated today. It's 6 p.m. already. I shouldn't be doing this video. I should have quit. I should procrastinate. I should leave it to tomorrow. Yeah, I'll do it to tomorrow because any single person who is in the recording space understands that once it's 6 p.m. or once it's evening is the worst time to record. One, because of lighting. Two, because of health issues. By health issues, I mean your brain has shut down. This is when it wants to relax. Ask any high performer. They do most of their work in the morning. Tim Cook, in his recent interview with Dua Lipa, he said, I clear all my emails before 10. Bezos, I attend every meeting that would require high mental power before 10. Now, do I believe in all those concepts? No. I can do whatever I want to do whenever I say I will do it. So my brain operates as command. There is no resting, there is no relaxing, there is no chilling for this mind. If I say do a video by 12 p.m., that's exactly what you're going to do. 12 a.m., right? Whatever. I said do a video by 12. That's exactly what you're going to do. So understand discipline. Majority of you are not disciplined enough to commit yourself to an activity. Is there an activity that you've done consistently over the past 30 days? In fact, let's not go far. Can you pick up a book or pick up a subject? I'm going to learn this subject. And no matter how that thing pulls you, those friends, I will die here. That's the problem with majority. They don't have priorities. You must sustain the ability to know when to tell those friends, that's enough. I enjoy your company. I love you, but I love myself too. Discipline is key to success. And as always, my friends, it's a pleasure speaking to you. See you in the next one.